Okay, that's good.
All good.
All right, we're live?
We are live.
All right. Can you guys hear me okay or no?
Loud and clear.
Oh, yeah? Great. I mean, Dave is so nervous. It's unbelievable. What's incredible is I'm in this hotel that's, it's nice, but it's an old like warehouse that they converted into a hotel. It's a great room, but it is so echoey. Like, look how high. The ceilings are incredibly high. So I am going to have, I assume, echo the entire time. So there you go.
Yeah, you don't sound fantastic. You don't sound
No?
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, so I sent Dave texting me some stupid thing this morning. I don't know what it was. What was that?
Yeah, it was to test the speed of your internet.
Yeah, so I don't even know what it means. So I do it and I send it back to Dave, but Dave's like, "Oh, Jesus." I'm like, well, what is it? I'm like, was that good or bad? Or I don't care. It's amazing how much you care, Dave.
It's remarkably good, actually, where you are. You just sound like shit because you're using an iPhone.
Okay. So I sound terrible?
Not terrible, but not fantastic. Hopefully when we download it, I think it's just for the live. It's not.
Okay.
Hopefully when we download it, it'll sound different.
The real answer is it sounds fine and people will complain.
Yeah.
Okay. So two stories I want to get to before we get to some other stuff. Number one, they gave me a truck for a rental, and it is great. I have decided I'm a truck guy. I'm going to buy a truck. I might drive a truck home. I love this truck. So I'm driving the truck around. What I do now is, like yesterday, I had some gum, which I don't usually chew much. I put the gum in here while I was driving the truck and pretended I was packing a lip and I was spitting into the. It's like a fantasy come true. So yesterday, one thing I did learn though driving around is you do have to fucking, trucks are terrible with gas. So I'm filling up the gas yesterday, and a guy is kind of looking at me like, I don't know, whatever. And I don't even pay attention. I'm done filling up. The guy comes around from the other side slowly. This is true. Slowly pulls up to me, rolls the window down, and says to me, I don't want to bother you, but I also hate Warthog's girlfriend.
Now that's stunning. What state were you in when this happened?
The state of Iowa. And I said,
wild that it has that much reach.
I said we all do. And do we all, my friend?
What puts that on your mind? Like you're out doing God knows what.
Well, he's probably following me, I assume. I don't know. But I was here to investigate one case, but it's kind of spilled into another one now because I think somebody in this Iowa area is cousins with the guy in Colorado at the Rockies game. So I got to take this. I mean, I got to take this guy down. You can't be yelling at
investigations now.
Well, I mean, what if he's been yelling at mascots for years?
Right.
I mean, not even at mascots. Well, at mascots for them to like acknowledge him, I guess, or to like.
Yeah, it was a really cool thing.
I'm not really sure.
Under investigation for.
I'm not sure what is now. Look, obviously, that's what he was doing. I mean, I've seen it, but like, there's no way. Once again, there's no way this guy is screaming the N-word out loud at a baseball game in Colorado. Doesn't mean that. Again, I've been doing this now for 4 years. It doesn't mean that people don't say that or think that. But just like with Adam Jones, it didn't happen. Or Torrey Hunter, which was even more absurd. This idea that 10 children were chanting it and parents were cheering on. This guy was screaming at a mascot, for which I agree he should be banned from Major League Baseball parks for life for that. I got no problem with that.
It does seem the idea that no one reacted if he yelled that loudly is hilarious. Why can't people like laugh at that shit? Where it's like, that would be funny if he was screaming the N-word at that volume and everyone just went on with their business.
Yeah, it's true. It'd be like I think he tweeted, it'd be less embarrassing. Like I don't. But now the New York Times is writing about it. But I actually have a feeling this one is not going to stick like Adam Jones did. Ironically, all we wanted was audio and proof of Adam Jones. We never got it. Like this audio and the explanation, there's no way. I saw they're launching an investigation, which I applaud. They should spend their time and resources.
Yeah, it's good
to find out the guy who they know exactly who he is said exactly what they know he said. I think that's a good way to spend a Major League Baseball team's time.
I hope they find really personal details about his life so that we can, harass him. I think that would be good.
Oh, I think it's vital. Well, I think, and they're going to evidently ban, I'm sure they'll ban him for life. This guy, I think if it's the guy that, that they're focusing on, I think this guy is a longtime season ticket holder, they said. And you can see it if it's him. And look, if it's wrong and it turns out some racist saying the N-word, then, I'm all for. But you see the video, the guy clearly is pointing at, there's a longer one where a bunch of people are excited. And I've never really, even as a kid, never really understood the appeal of mascots. I've always felt they were very strange. I never really got it. But this mascot's name is Dinger. And of course, Colorado has got the thin air, so it's all the home runs. I heard Jerry's podcast this morning while I was running, and Jerry and Matt Crown thought the mascot's name was Digger, which would be a little more confusing.
That would be tricky. Digger Phelps was it?
Yeah, which I thought, well, and then Corona corrected it, but Jerry kept saying, yeah, Digger. And I said, no, that's think about it, guys. Let's think about it.
Right. This guy was right. There are too many diggers at the ball game.
That's true. But I don't want to obviously relitigate Adam Jones or Torrey Hunter. We all know that, in a weird way, this validates my point about Adam Jones quickly relitigating it. 4 years ago is that there was immediately video and there was immediately people saying, no, he said that. Like if Adam Jones, somebody yelled that to him, there would have been video and witnesses all over the place. I don't know, whatever. It's just it's just so silly. And it's going to be, it'll be a big story today, but I think it'll float away. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I didn't see you guys referenced in any of the articles. I saw the Adam Jones situation referenced in articles about this, but I didn't see like Boston Sports Radio doubted that it happened.
I'll be the only one with the balls to say it because I'm not an employee here. But is it any coincidence that Barstool pops up in Colorado and all of a sudden we're screaming the ball games?
That's a good question. It's a good question. I mean, this guy. I assume someone will talk to this guy today. I would think. I don't know.
I don't know. Do we ever hear from these people? You never get their side of the story, I don't think.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
People making all fuss at the games.
I feel always compelled whenever the Celtics game. I just love screaming at Lucky. It's my favorite thing to do. I just yell at him, and my kids are like, "Dad, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I can't help it. The guy is stressed. He's doing flips. He's got a basketball in his hand."
Look at the acrobat, Harry. Those are the real athletes.
Harry, don't worry about Giannis. Look at Lucky. Look at this guy. That's who you can learn from. And let's be realistic. Not everybody's making the NBA. Everybody can be a mascot, if only for one day.
I love that we're also going to have an investigation where, like, worst case scenario, they'll be like, "Yeah, he did it," and then it's like, "Oh, okay. I guess we just go back to our lives."
I mean, Sam Kennedy told me that he didn't believe Adam Jones when we talked about it, like during the whole thing, when he was trying to get me to kind of calm down. He's like, "I don't believe it either, but we need to do this." And I was like, "Well, why? Like, why?" Like,
didn't he say, like, on air, like, "I'm not even sure if it happened" or something like that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, and like I said, the Torrey Hunter one, I think Torrey Hunter's story was, and the Greg Hill people just like let it go when he was on there, was that 10 kids or whatever were jumping up and down, screaming the word, and people in the stands were cheering and laughing. That's just like, it's so dumb and so made up. I don't.
It's got a show on Nesson until John Henry stepped in and said, "Hey, we can't do this."
True. Jesus. I don't know. So we'll see what happens with that. What else is going on with you guys?
Well, I heard the same. I got the same alert you did. Your friend Gary Tanguay brought you up this morning, by the way. I guess
I did hear about this. Yeah.
I guess they were talking about a list that the like most miserable people, most miserable jobs, and radio hosts was up there. Like the craziest people are radio hosts.
Has to be. I don't think there's any doubt. I don't think I've ever met a normal person who hosts a radio show. I mean, I don't know what a normal person is. Who's a normal person that we all know that we deal with?
Jim Murray seems like a fairly normal guy. Yeah,
that's true.
I don't know him that well, but
yeah, that's true. He seems pretty well adjusted, I think. Maybe he's a normal. But the big thing is mornings. Like it's such a I think about that now. Like 6 a.m. You've got to be. It's not like you're going to do a job at 6 a.m. You have to be on and going, and like it screws up your whole life. I just don't think it's built. I don't think it's meant for normal people.
Well, just anyone in entertainment to want the attention that you have to crave. Like the only reason you become a podcaster or a comedian or actor or whatever is so people say how much they like you. Like you need to thirst.
I guess maybe you can't be a good one and be normal. Like right. I think you could probably just go in, do your job, and Although Jim's good, I don't know. Who knows? So I heard Gary. I don't know what he said.
Yeah, I'd say on the crazy scale, I'd give radio the nudge over TV by a smidge.
All right, well, there you have
Who's
it.
the biggest psychopath, Gary, that you have had to deal with, radio-wise?
Hold on. Who's that third?
That is Spaz.
Oh, okay. Jesus, poor Gary. Jeez.
Wow. And I'm trying to think now who I.
Charles Laquadera.
No, I never met him.
Guy was nuts.
Yeah, no.
Is nuts? He's still alive, right?
Yeah, he's out in Hawaii. He's got a ton of dough.
Nuts.
Yeah, he's hanging out there, but he was sick for a while. But I think he's okay now. Craziest radio guy. Oh, remember Ozone from AIF?
Oh yeah. Ozone.
This, by the way, is Gary doing everything in his power to.
Am I allowed?
Yeah. I know Gary so well. I can hear that brain spinning. Like, do I do it? Do I not do it? Is it really worth it? Probably not.
Ozone.
Yeah, that Ozone. That guy was who's that?
I have no idea.
I have no idea who Ozone is.
Okay, go ahead.
He was crazy. Then I saw pictures of him online in a dress somewhere. That was fine. Not hey,
Howie Carr's up there.
never worked with Howie.
This
I mean,
guy,
I could tell you. There's one
I love
person.
Howie, but
There
he's
was
up
one
there.
person on this radio station. If I mention his name, they'll never let me on the air again. His first name was Kirk. But he was brilliant, the smartest guy I've ever met. But
does a great job speaking out about mental illness.
And he does. Thank you.
Can I tell you what that is right there? By the way, don't
I
lump me in with
I know what that is. I know what that is. That's also like now maybe he won't make fun of me. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, that's very nice of Gary to say that I'm the smartest person he's ever met.
All fairly accurate. Smart and an insane person.
I guess, yeah. I mean, but that is like sad that he can't like actually just say my name.
I know. Wait, well, he got the first name out there. They're like, all right, you're suspended. You're not fired.
It's just weird. So well, that's nice. Yeah, and Gary's great. I know. I assume Gary's got a good chance of that afternoon job when Glenn leaves. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, if the program director doesn't take it from him, I assume so.
That's true.
Right in the mix.
That's true. I didn't think of that. That's a good point. Yeah. So what's anything going on show wise over the weekend? I've been busy.
I know there's something Justin is itching to clear his name on.
What's that?
There's something that Justin is ready to clear his name on.
Oh, we have SimpliSafe Day first or no?
We do. Yes.
All right. Let's talk about SimpliSafe. SimpliSafe.com/Kirk. Can I get out of this and then do this and read the copy? And am I okay doing this?
Yeah, you disappear from the live, but that's all right.
I don't care. About that. I just want to make sure I get the. I want to say it's 20%, but it's 20% off your first. 20% off your security system and your first month free when you sign up for interactive monitoring service. Visit SimpliSafe.com/Kirk to customize your system and start protecting your home and family. SimpliSafe.com/Kirk. They've been doing it for over 15 years, protecting people. Drives every engineering detail in its product and motivates every interaction with its customer. I can tell you they're great. If you have any questions at all, reach out. They take care of it. They make you feel better. They make you safe. Highly trained security experts do just that. Go to SimpliSafe.com/Kirk, SimpliSafe.com/Kirk, and get 20% off that security system and your first month free when you sign up for that service. SimpliSafe.com/Kirk. Customize your system and start protecting your home and family. That's SimpliSafe.com/Kirk. Okay, yeah. So what? Justin farted? Is that what happened?
No.
It was clear as day that someone farted. I've never heard more of a fart. I was listening a lot.
But I've heard this, like, we've done this. You remember we did this with Steve a bunch of times. Like, I was in the studio. Nobody, like, I fart during the show sometimes, but, like, it's not that. That's like sitting on a whoopee cushion. Like, that's not
Be
real.
that honorable. There's got to be. Is there something that would happen, Dave? Like audio wise?
Well, I was the first one. Like, I just made the noise because I was just saying, like, Quantum Week, bad movie choice. You know what I mean? Like, that was me. I wouldn't do that twice.
Comparing them to shit is what you're saying.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
right.
I wouldn't do it twice. So I don't know. The other one was the other one was the real fart sound. It was perfect.
It was
so
a comic sound effect fart sound.
Yeah.
Well, play it. I mean, it's not. It's no way it's real.
And Crisscross Jump is the Patreon show.
Basic.
So that was me. That's me.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Okay.
Terrible. You did not like Basic Instinct.
That's
a fart.
That's a fart.
Yeah, but like,
I've ever heard one.
whose ass? Like, my asshole is pretty far from the microphone. Like, who? I don't think it was Quantum League Chris. I was it you, Dave?
No, it was not me. I would admit to that.
Then I think we're done. I don't think.
Yeah, I also think this is the room that everyone would admit to it, though.
Yeah, I don't. If I farted, I would say farted. I don't. I mean, it was pretty obvious it was Justin.
That is not true. Not true.
He was ready to clear. He was fired up about this morning.
Well, whoever denied it supplied it. That's what I always say. Who was it then, Justin?
Don't know. Maybe it was I don't know, the ghost of Steve or something, but it was not me.
Do you think it was Quantum League Chris?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I
What's
think
going on? What is going on there?
award.
Jesus Christ.
They're going to find the Rockies guy. They figure
Oh,
him out.
good. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm glad we solved that major controversy. It's fantastic news. Are you guys?
What's the update from the case? So you're just there exploring, you're just doing research, and you like what you're seeing for the next season, or no? What's the deal?
What?
Like, do you like what you're finding out from this trip, that you think you're going to stick with it, or what's the plan?
Yeah, it's a scouting mission. So far, so good. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff to do this week, but I feel pretty good about it. Next couple of days will be busy.
Is there anything you're doing that Steve would have are you taking on any of his duties?
Oh, well, for sure. Yesterday, I'm looking for a little bridge. It's this little covered bridge where a body was found years and years ago. And it is since to the point now where you have to go through miles of woods to get to it. And I was like, Steve would have just put his boots on and started hacking like Lewis and Clark. So I'm still trying to figure out how to get there. But no, I don't think. I think Steve. I wouldn't have needed Steve yet, not yet to this point. This is more of a gathering assignment so far. But so far, so good. It's been nice. Iowa's nice. It's flat. It's nice. People are friendly. It's definitely a different atmosphere than season 1 in terms of just the characters and the people. It's a little more traditional. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad or what. It's easier to talk to people and have conversations. I'll say that. So, we'll see. I feel pretty good, though. I feel pretty good.
You do sound lonely. Do you want Justin to go down before?
I don't. Although I do have a beautiful room, just a big king bed. Big king size bed. We could watch wrestling tonight if you want. Monday Night Raw. There's a lot to do, but no, pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, it's gonna be should be a good weekend. 3 big shows from this friggin' room is gonna drive me nuts. I have things to do instead of trying to figure out who fucking farted in the studio. so
also important work, equally important.
It's true in its own way. How was your big trip, Mike?
It was fun. It was a good time. I made it down maybe because of you guys hearing me. Made it down in rapid time.
That's good. You saw big Yankees come from behind win.
You're damn right. People taunting me at the game, but our boys came back.
Oh, is that right?
Well, people said I was a jinx early on. I said, you got to trust our Yanks.
Man, the Red Sox are collapsing right now, which I love. Ever since I like to find some listener let me know when we started talking about the Yankees and their record since, and the Carabas removing the show from the bio. I mean, the Red Sox are probably 2-10 since then or something. Right. Completely falling apart. Totally falling apart.
What was the deal with your neighbor there saying you made him a Yankees fan, not the other way around? What was the deal with that?
I don't know. Maybe that's 40 years of whatever, but it definitely was not the case. I was younger than he is. We talked. We texted a little bit. We're going to meet up, which is going to be crazy. I haven't seen him in forever. Like I said to him, the last time we saw each other, neither one of us had pubic hair. And then look at this, and I sent him a big picture of my gray bush. So I think we're going to be okay.
I didn't know you were actually a Yankees fan as a kid, and I was trying to remember. Like, I can't really remember you talking Red Sox, but did you ever pretend to be a Red Sox fan when you were doing like straight sports?
I don't think so. Maybe at the because I don't think so. No.
Because I remember you talking Red Sox, but I never remember you being like a fanboy in any way.
No, definitely not. I was a Patriots fan growing up, Celtics fan growing up. Didn't really care about hockey and I like the Yankees. The Yankees were probably my second favorite team behind they definitely were behind the Celtics when I was a kid.
Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah. What else is going on? What's going on with you, Dave? What do you got?
Nothing with me personally. Did you see that Boston.com article where it was?
I didn't mean you personally.
Oh, where there was no. What'd you say? Didn't or did?
Go ahead.
Oh, did you see
where
the guy wrote a column about how there's no black artists who have concerts at Fenway Park besides Jay-Z 10 years ago? Did you see
saw that? Yeah, John Henry. That's a tough one for John Henry because he needs to itches his liberal scratch, but at the same time it criticizes the. So I'll ask a question, and I'm just asking it. Other than Jay-Z, right? And you got Beyonce.
Yep.
Give me, and I'm sure there's 50 of them. Give me, so I can help this writer's point. What other black artists would definitely sell out Fenway Park?
Drake.
Yep. Okay.
Kendrick Lamar right now.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Who's the Weeknd, who was at the Super Bowl halftime show there?
Oh, right. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So they're definitely acts.
Yep. Oh, there's definitely acts. Yeah, and there was he referenced in the article too. He referenced he referenced Wolfgang, right? Who opened is that still who opened for Guns N' Roses? Is he a part of Van Halen? Do they call it Van Halen?
No. It's Wolfgang Van Halen's group. I forget the name. It's got one name. I forget the name of it.
Yeah, so he referenced that. Well, Belle Biv DeVoe opened for New Kids on the Block.
Now you know. Me and the crew used to do her. It's driving me out of my mind. Come on, Dave. You know the words.
Not off the top of my head, actually.
You don't know it? That girl is poison. Poison. You don't know that one?
Yeah, I know that part of the song. I don't know the other parts.
I guess the question is, so Billy Joel played there, Guns N' Roses played there, New Kids on the Block played there. I think Zach Brown was there, right? Is that right?
Yep, last night.
So like 3 of those at least are for a really like 40s and above audience. Joel, New Kids on the Block, and Guns N' Roses. So like what black artists are in their 50s and 60s, like Billy Joel, and 70s, who would appeal to that Fenway crowd? I guess.
You wonder, I guess.
Yep, for sure. That's one. Would he sell out Fenway Park?
I don't know.
No, but I don't. When's the last time Stevie Wonder toured in general?
I haven't been following his tour schedule. I think he tours. Mike would know better than me.
What does that mean?
Well, I assume you guys talk. Although you're actually blind, unlike him.
My favorite Stevie Wonder story is Shaq told some story that he walked by Stevie Wonder and Stevie Wonder goes, "What's up, Shaq?"
I believe that's one of those conspiracy theories I totally believe.
I know. The mic drop thing though, that could just be instinct that he caught it. Like that could just be pure luck.
You know, it could probably if she was touring, Janet Jackson probably, right?
Oh, not anymore.
Still, yeah. I don't know about that.
Park. But that's
really,
that's the closest you'd get, I think. Yeah.
I'm sure we're forgetting somebody. If we are, that's on me. But yeah, it's a reasonable question, I guess. I mean, I don't, I'm every day there seems. I saw a story on Twitter, the New York Times. Somebody in the New York Times wrote about how the wedding industry is too white. Like, I probably so. I don't know. They got to figure it out.
Also, there's a point where you have to say, like, well, it is the majority of the country.
Okay.
It's going to be the majority of a lot of things.
Dave, let's get rid of that, okay?
I'm just numbers, raw numbers.
Not really the point. Common sense has no place in this argument, Mike. You should know that by now.
My favorite part of that article, though, was when they were like, except for Jay-Z, who was touring with Justin Timberlake. So in order to get one, you had to take the other.
That's true.
As if they were like, I don't know, I guess we'll take it.
I don't think, I was thinking of this because about that Kirk Minahan show cruise, which I think Dave Cullinane is going to be Captain Cullinane leading the way on that thing.
Well, I got to book Tom Cruise first, don't I? That's the mission.
That's true. That's true.
For cruise.
I was thinking about how I wouldn't do that for $100 million for a week I wouldn't do it for $100 million. I would not go to New Kids on the Block at Fenway and have to stay there. I'm not kidding. If you offered me $1 billion, I wouldn't do it. $1 billion. First of all, it's in Fenway, so I would never go. Secondly, I couldn't sit through it. And I have enough money where having $1 billion would be great, but I don't do anything anyway. So if you offer me,
do with that money though,
I don't care. I couldn't. I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't make it through the show. I couldn't make it through the show.
You hate their music that much? Like, what if it was a part of the building where it could be private? It's just you and a couple people. You're just sitting there. Nobody's around you. You're just.
Oh no, that doesn't. That's for $1 billion. No, the stakes have to be. I got to be sitting in the middle of it with the rest of those lunatics for $1 billion. But
the problem with these arguments with you is you just have enough money. Like it should be.
Well, I have $1 billion.
No. But you have enough money, for to have a good time.
True.
So you're satisfied. It doesn't. The money argument doesn't really work. It has to be like they take away your children or something.
I would have paid $250 to go to that concert the other night. I would have paid money to go to that concert.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, they put on a good show. They got a lot of hits too.
How do you
the other day? They have what do they have? 10 good solid singles?
How do you know they put on a good show?
I've seen it. I've seen highlights on TV, and he did a nice tribute to his mom. Would have loved to have been there for that.
Who's he?
Donnie Wahlberg.
Oh, well, there's a whole group. I don't know.
Not when Dave's looking up on stage. Well done.
Just Donnie.
Jordan Knight, fuck off. My brother Adam, growing up, liked the New Kids on the Block. It was all girls and my brother Adam. Of course, he had a rat tail at the time too. My aunt Sandra took him to a New Kids on the Block concert, I think in Maine, and whatever, at their peak, which is probably 89, and it was she's like, yeah, she's like, it was all girls. Like he had to go to the bathroom. I just walked him there. She's like, there was no one else in like there was no one else there.
It was the first concert I ever went to.
What
I mean,
was that?
just like I had to tag along with my sisters, I think, or something like that with my parents. And he dropped the mic and they were lip syncing and it kept going. It's great. At Foxborough Stadium, I think it was back then.
Remembers it like it was yesterday.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Jesus, they sold out They play at Foxborough Stadium.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yep.
Jesus, who knows?
Are they doing the markets? I wonder. Are they? Is it a stadium tour for New Kids on the Block?
I actually think it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nostalgia is so like.
Oh, I assume just around here they could pull that off.
They've done a really good job at like they partnered with like the Backstreet Boys 2 years ago and sold out shows.
That's right.
So,
I remember that.
Relevant. Yeah.
I did not know that.
All right, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is back this week. It's a customized online therapy that offers video, phone, even live chat sessions with your therapist. You don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. And I understand that could be, uncomfortable for some. Much more affordable than in-person therapy. And you can start communicating with your therapist, as I said, or if I didn't, I should, in under 48 hours. It's great. I mean, you got to do it. These guys have been a great part. I've had people reach out to me who said they've used it. They've thanked me. They said they feel better now. And there's a lot of things that go on in people's lives, people's minds, and BetterHelp will help you get through it and feel better. You should use BetterHelp, plain and simple. Everyone can need it. Everyone needs it. You go to betterhelp.com/Kirk10, BetterHelp.com/Kirk10, and get moving right away. If you go traditionally, it's going to take you a long time. BetterHelp, less than 48 hours. BetterHelp.com/Kirk, 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/Kirk10. All right, what else going on?
What do you think of OJ's complicated legacy?
I mean, it's true. He could wind up sitting next to the guy who killed Nicole and Ron. That could happen.
Imagine the odds of that. They're at a restaurant.
It's a big city. It's a
OJ
big
and
city.
the guy that actually did it.
Did you read it or no?
Yeah.
You read the story, yeah?
Yeah. Well, I read what I could, and then the Atlantic cut me off. But
Athletic.
That's what I said.
Atlantic. I do that too. That's why the name of it stinks. I guess the writer of it got really sensitive because I guess it was a little more, nuanced portrayal of OJ than the tweet was. Speaking of which, this is like a week old. Did you see that New York Times tweet that was like it was basically a book review? And it was like Osama bin Laden, like complicated life, like good family guy, but listen, he made some mistakes along the way, like a reconsideration of like his legacy. I'm like, I don't think we really need to reconsider it, do we?
It makes you think. Sure, I mean, 3,000 people versus he raised some good kids.
Jesus, but yeah, OJ is one of those guys. Like, I don't find OJ interesting. I find people around him. Like, what was his name? Malcolm Laverne.
Yes.
Yeah.
His attorney.
Yeah, we had him on. Like guys like that, I find interesting. But OJ now is just like.
I rewatched this morning because I figured we'd talk about that article, and I rewatched him essentially confessing to the murder. He's like, well, hypothetically, if I did it. And that is the weirdest thing that happened. Now you have to remember, this is a hypothetical scenario.
He wrote a book called If I Did It. Like, that is really wild. Like,
and the imagery in it is like he's either a fantastic writer or, I mean, come on.
What are you going to say, Dave?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something. Sorry. Yeah, no, I read as much as I could. I'm kind of OJ'd out at this point in life. Like, I don't know what's left to say. Eventually he'll die and it'll be over. And
I always find him funny for whatever reason. Every time he weighs in on like some issue on Twitter, I will watch the video. I find it hilarious.
Do you follow him? I don't follow him, by the way.
I don't follow him because I figured I could get canceled for that or something.
Well, he's just so confident. Like the fact he even just said like anybody would want my life. Like I guess it makes sense because he said he plays golf 4 times a week and he goes out.
It's not a bad life being the juice.
It's not that bad.
And he's still got that NFL player pension, right?
Yes.
Did that get taken away or no?
No, I don't think it did. I think legally they couldn't, which is like $200,000 a year.
Oh, good for him.
So he's just kind of sitting there and not doing anything. Yeah, I saw Fred Goldman. Yeah, if I did it, who knows? I don't know.
He gets $25,000 a month.
Jesus Christ!
Righteous bucks.
$225,000 a month. So he's $300,000 a year.
Yep, because he also gets some money from the Screen Actors Guild. So,
Jesus Christ! What a scam! What a scam! What's going on with you, Justin?
I saw the Suicide Squad movie this this weekend. Wasn't great.
Justin calls looking in the mirror.
What you went to Suji? Did you go see it with your mom?
No, I went to go see my friend Mark.
Oh, we went with Mark.
Yeah.
Oh, how's Mark doing?
He's doing good.
Tell us about Mark.
Yeah, he works for the town of Walpole. He's just chugging along, and we went out to Patriots.
I'm sorry. Did you say he's just chugging along?
He's just chugging along.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Chugga.
And you went to Patriots Place?
Yeah,
that's your cinema of choice, huh?
Yeah, I mean that's where champions play. So,
and he lives right by there.
Yeah,
That's not relevant. That's where champions play. If it was 3 hours away, that's where he'd go.
Yeah, we were bar hopping, and then we decided to go see Suicide Squad.
Went bar hopping.
Yeah.
Look at you, Justin. Jesus,
man about town.
He is. Speaking of which, how was the board games with your grandmother?
It was fantastic. It was good. We played Farkle. You ever play Farkle before, Kirk?
I'm embarrassed to say I haven't. What is it?
It's kind of like Yahtzee. It's you got to roll some dice and you try to get 1s and 5s, and if you get no 1s and 5s, then you Farkle and you lose all your points.
It's a millennial's take on Yahtzee.
How did you win? Did you win, or who won?
I did not win. My grandmother actually won.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's good. It's wonderful. Wow, what a story. So which one? I don't even know Suicide Squad.
It's DC. It's like the bad guy.
Was Stallone in it?
Yes.
Was he good?
He had a very small part in it. No. It wasn't anything great.
Is Jared Leto all wacky? Hey,
Jared Leto's not in this
crazy.
One.
Oh, damn.
No, he was in the David Ayer one. This is the James Gunn one.
Oh, my apologies.
Well, James Gunn is back, even though what was his controversy? Did he get canceled?
He tweeted some jokes that were
some kids getting fucked and stuff like that. And then far right trolls, I guess if you want to call them, like looked it up because he was a big anti-Trump guy. So they were like, "Oh, look at this person," and then Disney kicked him out of Guardians of the Galaxy, but now he's back.
I saw the far right guys, including Jerry, are foaming at the mouth that Obama had this party over the weekend, Martha's Vineyard. And Jerry's like, comparing it to like how Sturgis people are taking shit. I have to say, like, this is, I guess, where I'm never going to be on one side or the other side in this whole thing. Like, I'm going to guess that the great majority of the people at Obama's party were vaccinated, and the great majority of the people at Sturgis are not vaccinated. I think both should be allowed to have as many people as they want, but I do think I think you're reaching when you make that comparison.
Kirky put weed in the gift baskets.
I heard about that.
He's the president of the United States.
I heard about that. He's not happy about that either. But like, I mean, I understand. Like, I don't know if is Obama. I don't know this. Has Obama been a big finger wagger the whole time or no?
No. And I think Michelle Obama has been more than him, right? Which is probably why they said he was throwing himself a party rather than Michelle Obama throwing him a party. Because it is the weirdest move is to say, "Hey guys, I'm having a birthday party. You want to come over?"
It's strange anyway. Like these fucking losers, like fly. And there are people who were in the vineyard who wound up getting canceled for going to weren't allowed to go to the party. Like, yeah. Oh God, that's gotta be. But like, who? I don't know. I mean, I'm.
Your take was the New York Times reporter who took shit over the weekend because she said that she figured everyone going there was sophisticated and they're probably vaccinated, so it's not that big of a deal. Which actually she took a lot of shit for, but I agree with you.
That is actually kind of my problem with it though, because like last year that big thing in Missouri or wherever it was, the big party, they're like, "Look at these disgusting people." But if it's Obama, it's like, "Hey, I'm sure they're fine." They're not spreading it.
We're filling stadiums now, like sporting events are sold out.
Do you think the biker rally in Sturgis percentage? Do you think the biker rally in Sturgis had, tens of thousands of more people than the Obama birthday party? Yes, right?
Yes. Yeah.
What percentage of vaccination do you think is higher at the Obama party with a smaller crowd or at the Sturgis festival?
You said we could throw facts out the window. What I'm saying is wrong to generalize one way and not the other.
Oh, and by the way, I think that they should have it in Sturgis outdoors. I support it 100%, but I'm just saying, like, this is to me the example of the extreme right reaching for something. Like, is Obama a phony? Sure. Here's where I think it is the truth. If somehow this Obama party turned out to be some super spreader, the media would never report it ever. Whereas if Sturgis happened, they'd be dancing in the hallways of the Boston Globe and the Times, and they'd be all in the Washington Post. No question about that. No doubt about that. Yeah. And who knows? I mean, remember we were worried last year, Mike. This is how long ago it was. We were worried about Saco being like this crazy super spreader event, which in retrospect, it turned out to be. We never told anyone.
And not even like expected it. We were almost like, yeah, it definitely is going to be. Like,
like we're gonna get
it, and that's fine.
Yeah, I don't. But this year, I don't know, and that's less than 2 weeks away. Correct?
It is.
Yeah.
And are you guys? I've put you to work here this week, Dave. I want your creative juices flowing. I want you and Justin to put together some content for Saco this week during the off hours.
Is it all on us that then we have to pitch it back to you, or are you just going to let us produce it and then?
You have the keys to the castle. I mean, I'll watch it, and if I don't like it, we'll veto it. But do as much as you can.
All right, good. We're all in.
Do you have ideas, Justin?
I do.
You think so? Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh,
Well, how many ideas do you have?
Me? I have like two or three.
Two. Okay. Give me right now. Pitch me the worst idea because I don't want any of the good ones. Give me the worst idea you have, and let me see what we're dealing with here.
The great Geary.
Come on. It's not an idea.
Just pitch me.
My name is similar.
Pitch me a real idea.
Well, do you want the worst idea or?
Well, yeah, because if it's a really good idea, I want it to be a surprise for the people at Saco, Justin.
Okay, well then I don't. I mean, the Great Geary would probably be. We kind of dress Mike
Justin,
up.
Justin, that's a fucking idea you had last time. It's not even an idea.
I don't know. I think there's something there.
What are you talking about?
It's the same amount of syllables. G, Y.
Did we do this in Madawaska? Or what
No.
was it? Like a book? What was it? What is the?
That was a couple months ago.
Okay, that's your. So you have two ideas, and that's one of them.
No, that's the worst idea.
Okay, you said you have two or three. That was
number
one.
three.
He doesn't want to give you them because they're good ideas that you're probably going to say yes to.
Shut up. So what's the worst idea? All right, Dave, what's the worst idea you have?
Probably that Pop News Daily one because it's just kind of predictable and boring. Don't you think?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
I like Dave looking for approval that you agree with him that it's a bad idea. Right? It's a bad idea, right?
I asked him a question on Saturday morning, and his response, I said, "Do you want this?" And he just wrote, "I do not."
I've seen some of those.
No one
before.
responded. Yeah.
It was like it's one of those ones, honestly, where I'm like, this guy's just not on the same page creatively as I am. Like I see that, and I'm like, oh boy, we got issues.
That was such a corny, petty idea that I was just making sure. I wouldn't have wanted that either, but I just threw
Why
that.
was it a petty idea?
Well, it's just like very corny, predictable, and I'm not a corny, predictable guy.
And why'd you pitch it then? What if I'd said yes?
You have a little corniness in you, like you have a little predictability in you, don't you think?
Yeah, always. Yeah, it's always people always say that.
It was also piggybacking off of what you had just texted me, so I was just making sure. That's all. Wasn't that bad?
If it's a bad idea, can we? I don't. What is it? Or do you know?
Well, it kind of it sort of ties into something else for the Wilbur.
All right,
that's all. But it was a bad idea. It was Dave's idea. It was a horrible idea. It was a terrible, terrible thing.
Just checking.
Yes. Yeah. So, okay. But you got how many ideas do you? So, Justin, let me ask you this, Dave. Do you consider yourself who's still angling for a full-time job? Do you consider yourself, Justin, in some way, if not his boss, I am, a supervisor of some kind?
Yes, but I don't. Yeah, but it's more collaborative than probably just like do this.
Tough but fair.
Yeah.
Okay. When you hear that he has two ideas for Saco, and one of them is the Great Geary, are you saying as a supervisor?
No. That was the third idea. You're misquoting him.
Yeah, I know he has two good ideas. He's told me some of the good ideas.
Okay, so you feel like he has sufficient ideas for this?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wrote them down yesterday about the Wilbur. I have 14 ideas for the Wilbur. There's 14.
Wow.
All right. So I'm just giving you, I'm just giving you an idea of what these are top shelf ideas. They are not Dave's idea of having a Bruce Springsteen tribute band come and play at the Wilbur. These are original ideas.
Was that a real idea that was thrown out?
Yes, it was.
Do you need all the roommates to be present at the Wilbur so you can do like a long form interview of my history, or do you not know?
What?
No.
What are you talking about?
No. I just figured the roommate story is a classic. I just figured you'd want them all there for a sit down kind of big time interview. No.
What else we got?
Wait, I want to know though, would the tribute band just seriously play Bruce songs?
It's a good question. Yeah, it's a good question, actually.
I was thinking
we're just jamming out to some Bruce for a while.
Whoever's going to be there has to be moderately interactive, so it wouldn't just be like, oh, just go to them to play a Bruce song. They'd have some kind of other role.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, they have some other role? Like, what
Yeah,
would they like? Host?
No,
They'll be ushers.
They have to have a sense of humor. You'll probably make fun of them, right? I would assume.
Yeah, it's quite a role on the show. God, I'm just alone. I just float alone in this thing. I'm sitting there literally
Fake Max Weinberg, get up here.
I literally pulled over the side of the road, like in the middle of nowhere, Iowa, Denver, Iowa, and scribbled down a bunch of ideas I had for this show. You know, while I'm trying to work on this other thing, and I got Dave like, yeah, you know, maybe let's have a Bruce Springsteen tribute band. I don't know. Who knows? You know.
You don't even have to show up.
Yeah, does it really matter?
Well, I didn't think they'd like. I didn't.
We
think
already got their money.
I didn't think you just go to them and he'd do like a 3 or 4 song set. I thought they would be there active. That's all.
Like exercising? What do you mean active?
No, like present. Like you can kind of like.
I would hope that
Dave sing Radio Nowhere. Like you could call to them.
If we book them, Dave, I would hope they'd be present. That would be a good thing, right?
They'll be with me handing out shirts and koozies in the lobby.
I mean, I don't really I don't know. Okay. What else?
By the way, speaking of that, what did you think of Jeff Lowe's Springsteen list the other day?
Let me do this reading. I'll react to it song by song in a second here. What do you want to do next, Dave? What do you want me to do?
I don't have the list in front of me. You did BetterHelp. You did.
All right.
Yeah.
Apollo.
Select quote. I got it. Select quote.
Apollo, Dave, is Tommy John's newest and most advanced men's underwear yet. With a performance grade dry release fabric blend is exclusive to Tommy John. This is useful to me because I think I'm 2 pair of underwear short on this trip, Mike. I'm a little concerned. I think I'm a little under. I think the one thing I did not pack adequately is underwear. I have my Tommy John, the most comfortable underwear I've ever worn in my life. I don't know if I'm the pull of Jerry Callahan, who famously would wash his underwear in the pool at the hotel in Fort Myers. Do you
have any dirty jobs where you could just not shower and wear the same underwear?
It's a good question. I don't know that. Yeah, it's a good question. The problem is I'm running though. That's the other issue.
Oh, okay.
But Apollo men's underwear is proven to keep you drier and up to 7 degrees cooler than regular cotton underwear. And again, Tommy John's doesn't have customers. They have fanatics. Soft, supportive, perfect fit every day up to size 4XL with over 15 million pairs sold. Men across America love Tommy John underwear. There's no more flopping, sticking, or chafing. I can tell you that I will tell you every time we have Tommy John, I say this because guys who listen, when you hear this, you know. If I say it's the most comfortable underwear I've ever worn in my life, that is all you need to know. Best pair you'll ever wear or it's free guarantee. You know what it is, Mike? It's high end for your rear end. That's what it is.
I like that.
20% off your first order at TommyJohn.com/Kirk. TommyJohn.com/Kirk for 20% off. TommyJohn.com/Kirk. See site for details, please. I know I tell this story all the time that I do Tommy John every week. I still remember running back at Fort Myers and seeing Jerry dunking his clothes in that pool at the hotel.
I like it. They're always trying to screw you. Like they give you the wrong size of underwear.
Oh, I love that. We're at the mall at Fort Myers and he rips the underwear out. And I'm like, what do you do? He's like, they always try to screw you on these sizes. And they didn't even like try them on or anything. I was like, well, what do you mean by that?
Big underwear is saving 3 cents on fabric by lying.
And you're actually really fucked because you run every morning, right? So you're like,
as I said, yeah, I run. Yeah. So I'm sort of in I don't quite know what to do. Do I throw them in like the shower and let a couple pair dry off for a few days? I guess. I don't know.
Well, they do have like retail stores where you are, I would assume, don't they?
Yeah. If they have, let me know if Tommy John sells anywhere in Iowa, and I will go and get them, or I'll send somebody. Justin will go and get them and bring them
to you.
Yes. So give me Jeff D. Lowe's. Jeff D. Lowe texted me the list before he tweeted it out. He wanted me to get a look at it.
Texted you for approval before he tweeted out his Bruce Springsteen list?
Not approval. You just wanted an expert. You just wanted we're friends. We text.
That's odd. Like after he tweets it, he could be like, "What do you think of this?" It's weird to be like, before the public sees this.
He by the way, it wasn't even about the list. He was asking your permission to tweet about Bruce Springsteen.
He was not. He was not. I didn't see it. I didn't actually see it. And he already tweeted out. As a matter of fact, I like Jeff. I'm not going to I don't know when we're playing again though. I haven't heard that. I hope it's not this week. Probably not.
Have a real stink on you. Maybe never.
That's true. And the other thing is I got an email from Stephen Che over the weekend saying, hey, Kirk, we're doing the fantasy football draft on Wednesday night in New York. We're having some of the dozen teams participate. And I was on it, Rico and Pat. So he's like, let whoever know about your travel arrangements in New York if you want to participate in this. And I was like... So I don't think I was nice in my response, but I was not dying to go to New York and do a fantasy football draft.
Well, you're busy. Otherwise, you'd be there.
Yes. All right, give me the list. Go 10 to 1. 10
All right, let's go 10 to 1. Youngstown, number 10.
I approve.
Sherry Darling, number 9.
I hate that song.
Jungle Land, number 8.
Great song, but it wouldn't be in my top 10.
The River, number 7.
Might be in my top 10. Sometimes it's in my top 10.
Dancing in the Dark, number 6.
No.
Badlands, number 5.
Nope.
Born to Run, number 4.
God, no.
Rosalita, number 3.
Hate that song.
Thunder Road, number 2.
Great song.
Spirit in the Night, number 1.
Not one of my favorites. I'd give the list overall C-.
Ooh.
Yeah, crying minus, as Harry would say for Jeff Lowe. I give him a C-. But that's like I'm not. But I'm also not one of these like. I'm not a shamer like that. If those are the songs you like, what am I going to do? Get mad? Like some Bruce fans get all worked up. I saw the comments. What are you going to do if those are his favorite Bruce songs? Those are his favorite Bruce songs. You know, I don't. I've never understood that instinct to be like, oh, you know, if your brain like is wired to like a song, what are you going to do about it?
The ones you say are bad, do you hate them or do you not like them for Bruce? Because I would think you would be an apologist for all Bruce songs.
No, I've been critical of Bruce songs before.
Okay.
I mean, like Born to Run is a great song, but I've heard it so many fucking times in my life. Like I don't ever want to hear it again. You know, like same with Badlands. I couldn't putting together a top 10 Bruce list for me is it's too emotional. It's too involved. It changes all the time. I right now I'm not in an emotional place to do that right now. I won't do it. I won't do it.
That's
I won't
good.
do it. Yeah, I won't do it. Fuck you. I won't do it.
All right, I won't make it. Sure.
I did see that though. Yes, but I don't know when, and I don't even know the status of our team. Like I don't even know if Rico Bosco's on the team or not.
That's where you ended. That he was on the team.
Today could be a meltdown, right? Isn't today the day that Nadeau shows up for pick central? So today could be an ugly day.
Yeah. Yes. That noted what racist and woman hater. Is that what the charges are against him?
All sorts of things.
I guess. Oh, I know I was going to ask you, Mike. So, did you ever see that Jerry Seinfeld documentary, Comedian? I assume
yes. Yeah.
How big of a comedian? Like, I know he's got a big presence online. He's been on Conan and stuff. Is Orny Adams is he A, B, C? Where would he be on the list?
I think that's his biggest credit.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, like I think even now when I hear him brought up, they say like the guy, you know him from the documentary Comedian.
Okay, because he's got like 500,000 followers on Twitter. I didn't know.
Yeah, I bet he sells out. I mean, he definitely sells out like comedy clubs and things. I don't know if he plays any theaters anywhere. I don't know much about his comedy at all.
Because I didn't find him funny in the movie, so I don't know. Like, I don't know if he's like one of these guys who's become like a funny older. Because he's older now.
Yeah,
probably about the same age now that Seinfeld was in that. I would guess.
Yeah, and a very. I've heard a bitter guy. I've heard him on like a podcast or two. And he comes off as kind of a bitter guy. So that's all I really know about him.
They make him out to be a dick in the documentary. Fair or not. I don't know.
Yeah. He comes off better in the podcast, I've heard. I don't think he's like that, to that degree. But I
was watching because the hotel room is Netflix or whatever. So I was watching it, just flipping around. I hadn't seen it. I saw it in the theater. I haven't seen it since then. And it's funny because Seinfeld's like the premise of it is, it's like he abandons his old act and has a whole new act.
Yeah.
And he's at one point he's like, oh, this is great. It's like the old days when I just started. I'm going to try it in a new town. And they show him getting driven to his private airport where his plane takes off and goes like to DC. And I'm like, and they show his hotel room, which is like a palace.
You're playing
like,
Hall or something.
Yeah. I'm like, this isn't like it was in 79 for him, I don't think. But
it's also like, I don't think he really did throw out his old. I've always heard that. Like, and I think I owned on DVD, like what is special. I'm telling you for the last time.
Yeah.
But I've heard him do. I'm pretty sure I've heard him do like he was on Letterman. The worst Seinfeld bit I've ever heard. He was on Letterman in like 2011 or 2012, and he did a star 6'9" joke, and Jesus. He's like, well, 68, 70, they couldn't have picked a different number. And who's dialed that in years? In years.
That's not good. That's not good. Jesus. What else we got, Dave?
You know what I watched the Val Kilmer documentary this weekend.
It's on Amazon, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. He wasn't as obnoxiously artsy as I thought he'd be.
Well, he was kind of. I want to watch it. It's funny you said I was going to watch it. It's called Val, right?
Yep.
I'll watch it in the next couple of days if I get a chance. It's just a bunch of his home movies, right? Or no?
Yeah, which actually he said he was the first person he knew to have a video camera. So it's actually pretty cool that he took a lot of that on set. So
how did they show him now talking or no?
Yes, but he's got to like hold the hole in his throat. And
he's in Top Gun too. Like, how are they going to do that?
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know. He doesn't even really talk about like the future that much of like what's going. I don't know. It was just kind of a blah documentary. It was cool to see the behind the scenes stuff, but he didn't even do a lot on Top Gun, which sucks. I wanted more on Top Gun, but whatever.
What's the movies he's focused on the most? Like The Doors or?
Yeah, that was a lot of it. He talked about what's the other one? Tombstone, that I've never seen.
Yeah, he's great in that.
But he's doing a lot of like the Comic-Con stuff. It just, I don't know, it just seems completely off. But he lost all his money, didn't he? That was part of it too. His dad fucked him.
Oh, is that right?
Wasn't he also a dick to work with or something? That's why his career did.
Yes, famously, he fucked up his career hard.
This is probably good for his image, I would assume, because he comes off nice, like a good guy in this. But
yeah, he was like sort of poised after, like the Batman he was in was actually a big hit, and then he walked away. And then he was in Heat. And Tombstone, he was awesome in. The Doors, he was really good, and obviously Top Gun. But he was such a dick that they were like, there are certain people who are such dicks that even in Hollywood, where they make money off them, they're like, we'll fucking get somebody else. Like Edward Norton is like that.
Oh, really?
Just like, yeah, where people are just like,
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, where people are just like, fuck this guy. Like we're good. Like we'll get somebody else and not have to deal with it. Val Kilmer was like that. I
always wondered why he hasn't been in movies, and he does. Like he's done he did a voice in that Seth Rogen cartoon and shit. So I just assumed he was like a wacky guy.
Yeah, maybe his melody's gotten older. I don't know. But yeah, there's certain guys that just, Julie Roberts' brother, Eric Roberts, was like that. Like he was nominated for an Oscar. Like he was going to be a big star in the 80s. And he just was such a prick that they were like, who need Mickey Rourke? Where it's like they just fucked themselves out of a career. And Kilmer was definitely one of those guys. But yeah, I'll be curious to see Top Gun 2, which is supposed to come out, in a few months. He'll be in it. He's in it. He's like, he has a small role, but like he can't talk, right?
No, he's got. I mean, you can hear him, but when did they film it? They filmed it like 3 years ago. At this point, right?
Yeah, but I think he's been like this for a couple of years now.
Oh, has he? Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Releasing November 19th. Top Gun 2.
November 19th. What did you do in Jersey?
I went to the beach on Friday. It was a beautiful day. Went to a Yankees game. It was lovely.
That's all you did? You went to the beach in the Yankees game?
Yeah, hung out with friends and their family who we're close with, and it was a pretty laid back weekend. Nothing crazy to report home.
Where was it in Jersey?
Belmar, like Jersey Shore area.
I wonder what you're not telling us.
What does that mean?
I don't know. He's hiding something, don't you think, Dave?
I don't know. I feel like he's old enough now where you just like make the trip to see friends. There's no debauchery going on.
No, not really.
No.
How was he like the viewing experience for you at the Yankees game?
It was like I assumed you'd ask me that, so the whole time I was thinking, it's just like I'm watching a painting of Yankee Stadium, essentially.
Was that your first time in the new stadium?
No, I went once the year it opened.
It's because it's been there for like 12 years, right? Or no?
Yeah, so I made my triumphant return this time.
I've not been there yet.
I mean, it's definitely nice. It's essentially just like a mall. It doesn't have like a historic feel at all, but
right. Was it packed or?
Yeah, pretty much. A few dingers ruining the experience for the rest of us. But
speaking of sports teams, did you hear, Kirk, that Portnoy was saying that they're in talks with a professional team to carry broadcast rights and all that? Did you hear that the other day on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell could that possibly be?
I thought he mentioned that in the video for the Arizona Bowl, didn't he? Or no?
I think he did. Yes. I had a source at Barstool tell me who it might be. I would just say that. I mean, if it happens, it'll be interesting. I won't give up my source.
MLB? It has to be MLB, right?
No, I don't know. I do not.
The NFL's not going to.
I meant to say donut. No, not donut. The guy tweets out pictures of donuts. I meant do not.
He likes coffee. Coffee guy. I think he likes coffee.
I won't say. Won't get me to say it. Nope, won't do it. You can call all you want, but yeah, I don't know. I'm like, is Barstool gonna like take over the whole friggin' world? Like, I'm concerned about this now because I work there, but like these people are mostly dummies. Like, it's fun that this is happening, but we need to have some control over this before it becomes too much of a problem. I mean. Like I was the first one to say Portnoy will be president. Like,
yeah,
you are going to read one day the sentence in a newspaper or online. When asked for comment, Secretary of State Marty Mush said, "Like that is."
I'm going to put the business people in his cabinet. Let's not.
That is gonna. We're in a war. Ambassador to Japan Barstool Eddie had no comment at the time or something. These things are going to happen.
That will be great. It'll all be worth. All my mental anguish will be worth it when I have a video of the president of the United States screaming, "Shut the fuck up, Mike!"
Hey, you're in trouble then. Like, when Portnoy realizes he can just basically put you in prison somewhere.
Deported.
It's just good. It's, these things. Although I think he's mellowed on you, hasn't he?
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, there's been no drama to speak of. I don't imagine he thinks about me these days.
Probably not. Probably true. Anything else on your end, guys?
No, not really. The only other thing I saw was that they're offering. Did you see that they're offering radio hosts and podcasters $1,000 to pitch the vaccine? Did you see this?
Yeah, really?
Following? You didn't see this? You qualify. No. To let you know if you need $1,000 a month. Yeah.
$1,000 a month?
Yes.
Do I qualify?
I don't know about you, Mike.
This is pretty good.
It's a little low. It's a little
Patreon.com/blindmike.
Thank you.
Could Justin qualify? Can we have Justin? Can we give the $1,000 a month to Justin?
I mean, you're gonna have to do some work on his Twitter fault. Like, you're gonna have to plug him.
No, I'm saying I'll do it, and then I'll give the money to Justin.
Sure.
What do I have to do?
Yeah, I'll reach out to see. I'll just get your name in the mix, and then we'll see who. Yeah, we'll see if it works.
You hear that, buddy?
Is this a Massachusetts thing?
Collecting a few dollars.
No, I think it's actually through. I don't know if it's a government program or what, but they're trying to use like micro influencers. So, yeah.
Well, I think people should get the vaccination. Absolutely. Jam that stuff in your body. We don't know what's in it, but just do it. I would say, you know what? I haven't said this a lot. Do it like 2 times or 3 times. That way you're extra safe.
Well, this is going to make headlines now.
What do you mean?
A comedy podcast says that. It's news.
Triple safe. If you do it 3 times, how much safer can you get?
Well, do it if you want to do things. Like, you're not going to be able to do things if you don't get it. So just do it. You're going to have to have your passport. So just do it.
Well, I guess if we're going to be serious about it, Dave, sure. I didn't know. I didn't really mean get it 3 times, Dave. But yeah, okay.
What do you need it 3 for? They say 2 shots. You're done.
I put it in my food all the time. I love it. I love this vaccination. It's great.
You're gonna have Jake Flores after you. You better watch out, Buster.
I've had Johnson & Johnson. I've had Pfizer, and I've had Moderna. Each one.
That's good. Really experiment.
Yeah. I'm gonna do. You know what I'm gonna do? How's this? Stay like this. I'm gonna do, instead of pizza reviews or cook reviews, I'm gonna do vaccine reviews. I'm gonna go to different places and get
Hey, we're here in Walpole at the urgent care. All right, Justin.
7.8. You know the rules. 1 shot. That's the rules. Yeah, well, I mean, you can imagine the whores in the radio business who will line up for this. There's no doubt about it. For $1,000 a month.
Yes. Yep.
Jesus.
Well, I think I'm not going to sneeze for Justin. Yeah.
Let's also, like, clearly we're at the point where if you wanted to get the vaccine, you've gotten the vaccine. No one knew was getting the vaccine at this point. Like,
I might get it. Not based on any of this shit, but I still might get it.
Okay, but like, will you change your mind if if you're Justin talking about it? Will that do it for you?
Actually, yeah, probably.
But I think you're in the great minority, and right. I think people have, and I think there is this. We were talking earlier about the Sturgis people, and people tend to minimize their line of thinking. But I think most people have given it a lot of thought, like I did, and I said, I'm going to get it. And I do think equally those who choose not to have given it a lot of thought. I think there's a lot of people who are like, whatever. There are some, as always. But I think it's been jammed down our fucking throats for a year now. Like, I think people have, I think we're kind of there.
It'd be great if Justin started promoting it, and then there were people like, what? A vaccine for what? What do we?
That's what I mean. Or it just says in such a clear way that everyone gets it. Just
oh my 100%. God. All right. Oh, yes. Now we'll go.
You start out, but the first thing you said was, what's up? And then you went into it. That's a perspective I've never thought about for this thing.
Just jam it in your arm and
I don't know, Patriot Place, whatever. My grandma got it. So she's pretty good. I don't know, whatever. I got no ideas about it, but just go do it. Whatever.
You got 2 good ideas. Well, 2 ideas. Get the shot or don't. Those are my 2 big ideas.
We'll see what big ideas he has for this thing. We'll see. What else?
You mentioned as I was listening Friday, you guys talked about that HBO Max thing, how they're getting into podcasts.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it was a moment where I had to make sure I was awake because I was watching you guys on YouTube.
Oh, that's not what I meant.
And Dave says,
dummies. Yeah,
Dave says, who would watch a podcast?
No, that's not what I meant.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Well, I thought the better one that I think I missed, because somebody said something at the time, was they said, it reminiscent of the old Mike and the Mad Dog thing with Daredevil, whereas they were like, Dave's like, yeah, it's a Batman one. There was a pause, and Colin Reed Chris said, is it fiction? And I think he was actually serious.
He's a real vigilante.
Well, I mean, what were you saying, Dave? That you thought you'd be watching this podcast? I mean, it's possible you could watch like that Ronan Farrow thing. Is that what you meant? Or
Yeah,
no?
but they didn't describe that that's what it was. So my point was, what is there going to be like a media player on the TV, and you're just going to see like the play button and the fast forward and rewind, and people are going to watch it on television? They didn't describe it, so that was my point. Like, if it's just audio, why are you watching? If it's the Ronan Farrow thing, sure, get it. But that makes sense.
Right. I would assume there'd be a video component.
Yeah, they just did say. So.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, neither one of you are particularly sensitive there, so that's progress. I'm pleased.
Dave and I have gone to group therapy for this.
Good. 3 Chi is here this week. Okay. 3 Chi is the industry leader in Delta 8 THC product. All product are formulated by a biochemist and made in USA with USA grown hemp. It's Lee Greenwood's favorite hemp, I think. If he doesn't, I don't know that. 3 Chi's Delta 8 is federally legal version of THC. It is a more functional alternative to marijuana. Amazing buzz and great body feel with the clear head, and I like this, less anxiety and paranoia. Amazing buzz, again, great body feel, but again, less anxiety and paranoia. Available at 3chi.com. That's number 3, chi.com, and retailers around the country. You have to be 21 to purchase. Remember, this is not CBD. It is psychoactive. Will give you a buzz. So please, please, please use responsibly. Again, if you go to 3chi.com, number 3, chi.com, to shop for Delta 8 vapes, gummies, oils that can be used to make homemade edibles, use this code, Kirk 2021, Kirk 2021. At checkout, you receive 5% off your order at 3chi.com. Do that today. All right. You want to try to take some phone? Will we be able to take phone calls here, Dave? Or no?
I think we just got to try it. We tested it. It seemed to work, but I'm not 100% confident in it. But let's give it a shot.
Are you pleased so far, an hour in, with how this has gone, or no?
From my perspective, yes. You sound like shit to me, but there's nothing I can do about your stupidity.
Are you getting that mic or no?
I mean, you sound fine. It's not as good as if you were here, obviously. But as far as any other Zoom,
what do you mean, my stupidity, Dave?
Well, because you won't bring a laptop. You won't.
Dave, it's not stupid. I don't care.
Okay. Well, that's stupid to not care. Like,
why?
That's stupid. Like, because you could barely care and just bring a laptop and make yourself sound.
I'm not going to drag a laptop with me if I'm not going to use it other than this.
Oh my God, the laptops are so huge now. They're the thickest things in the world. They're like a friggin' textbook. Holy shit.
It's a pain in the ass to travel with one. I mean, I'm trying to minimally travel here.
I like if we showed you like an Apple commercial from 1990. You're like, you can bring these with you?
Just like the iMac and the different colors? Like,
how would it fit in my car, Dave?
Guys who drive trucks not use laptops.
That's true. Yeah, he's a ballsy guy now.
I don't know if that's iPad people either, thoher. I don't know.
What's this newfangled stuff, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. I got this here flip phone. It's fine. I like it. It's fine.
Exactly.
You know? I gotta go. I got a meeting at the Elks Club for lunch today here. I got things to do. I gotta drive this truck around Iowa. Sorry, take some calls.
They're not loaded up yet. Justin, you tweet that out?
Yep, I'll tweet it out.
Do I need to retweet it?
Yeah, when it comes. So.
Okay. I think it sounds fine.
It sounds the best it's gonna be. You know?
Yeah, get used to it.
It's only the live factor. Like, people were calling me a little bitch. You sound bad live, but I think on the podcast you're gonna sound better than what they're hearing right now. That's the goal.
Yeah.
People are calling you a bitch because the podcast doesn't sound good?
No, he's just making that up.
No, they're saying I was being dramatic about the sound quality.
You are being dramatic about
I'm not. Most podcasters don't laugh at the idea of them having bad audio on their podcast.
Dave, your boss is saying he doesn't care.
No, I get it. I just
idiot.
So then why do you care?
Because I want you to care. Yeah, I want.
Okay, that's not going to happen. Like,
Okay.
Help me help you.
Yeah, like, do you know who you're working? Like, you must know by now that I don't care about that.
Yeah, but it's straight. It's just a straight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Right.
All right, we're loaded up though.
He's a strange, you heard Tanguay. He's a strange guy.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if 401. Are you ready? 401.
Hey, Kirk, I have a question for you about the diet you were talking about last week.
Yep. Go ahead.
Did you say you cut out chips?
No, I said that minimal. Baked Lays, minimal. Not as much as before.
Okay. I was going to say, eat the chips.
Eat the chips. Jerry really thought that was going to take off and be like a Mitch Albom book for him, but it just didn't have the momentum. And every year he tries to force it. # eat the chips, and it just doesn't. It did not happen. I know in his mind he was like, I'm going to write a book about this. And his dad was an awesome guy. But like the eat the chips thing, I think Jerry thought was going to be this thing. Like, I think Jerry thought he'd be like lecturing around the country and giving like TED Talks about it. But it was like, there's not much more there. Like, we get what you're saying. It does have a bigger meaning, but like, we're good. I got it.
I'd go to his TED Talk though. He'd have 1 ticket sold.
Fuck yeah, I would do that. Yeah. Speaking of which, by the way, are they still loaded up, Dave?
Loaded up.
I saw that Quantum Week is doing a live show. Did you see that, Mike?
Really?
Yeah. Did you see that, Justin?
No, I did not.
I believe they're doing a show I saw them on Twitter this weekend in Dover, New Hampshire in November. I think that we should go. I think the gang should go and support our buddies.
Wow. The Quantum Geeks getting together.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
They didn't bring he didn't bring this up on Thursday.
Yeah, why wouldn't he bring it up on Thursday?
Maybe they were going to announce on their show. I don't know. Who am I to say?
I guess if I have to go to the live event, then I technically have to listen to the podcast at that point, which is
that famous feud that nobody gives a fuck about.
You do realize how it works, Dave. It's like it's not a continuous thing. They just talk about movies every week.
401.
Right, let's go.
The levels there of dismissiveness.
By who, me?
By you, then Justin to Dave, then Dave to Justin. It was
What's up, buddy?
Dave, Kirk, what are your thoughts on the death of Christine Sullivan? Are you a Night Court guy?
Oh, I know. Marky Post is dead. Jeez. Nightclub lost Charles Robinson a couple weeks ago, Harry Anderson a few years ago, and Marky Post. Yeah, I love Marky Post. Jeez. She was what, 70?
Yeah.
70, died of cancer.
She'd been sick for a while, right?
Yeah, 3 years. Hey, did you ever beat off to her, Kirk?
It's funny you said that because I just urinated.
I was going to ask if you're on the toilet right there. Yeah.
Yep. Did a quick pop and squat there.
Nice.
Who did you beat off to? Heather Thomas, Heather Locklear. Who were the TV girls you cranked it to?
Well, I didn't do a lot of Marky Post. There was a Penthouse form letter with Heather Locklear that my buddy Jim and I would pass back and forth over the years. It was a good, solid Penthouse form letter by Heather Locklear. But I remember in that letter, like in the Penthouse form letters, the guys, I remember at one point the guy's like, he's like, I didn't have much. I wasn't a particularly well endowed man myself. I was a mere 10 inches. And I was like at the age where I was like, Jesus, I'm fucked. But Marky Post was and she was great. She was also in Something About Mary too. Don't forget, she was Cameron Diaz's mom in that.
And they're rebooting Night Court. I'm guessing she's not going to be part of that.
Okay, I'm going to be able to
right. Okay.
Seems.
Maybe.
Save your joke. She'll be annoying us at the Wilbur soon enough. Sure. Even through this terrible connection, I can hear the dye dripping down his face.
Well, he promoted that call last night because he tweeted out what he was going to call about, I think.
Oh wow! I can't believe that wasn't trending. I can't believe that.
Jennifer Love Hewitt's my number one, by the way.
Nobody cares. Go ahead. My buddy Matt Quinn, who had a big crush on Jennifer Love Hewitt, met her while he was working. What talk show was he working at out in L.A. when she was there? And he hugged her, and he's like, I think I could have asked her out, but I was like, yeah, I don't think that was really What show was that? God damn it, I forget.
I love that Dave can't watch TV without getting. I didn't know him as such a sexual guy. The guy's erect every time the television's on.
Oh no, not anymore. Just back in the day, I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Jessica Simpson.
Not for me.
What is it? 614.
Kirk, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. I had a question about your golf clubs. I know you don't talk about your clubs much. Are you a gear junkie or not?
I am not. My brother Ryan is, and my brother Adam is too. Somerset. They send me Ryan will send me these podcasts where they talk about them. Like I don't care. I barely clean them. I'm an old school guy. I'm like Walter Hagen. I could use the hickory shaft. Doesn't matter to me. As long as the driver feels comfortable in my hands, I'm good. I can play.
Is that new since you've been a truck guy? You're also kind of a tough guy now.
I mean, golf is kind of kind of a sport for rich people, so it's not really my thing.
You don't get. Do you get the new? Do you get a new driver every couple of years? Is that
like every year?
Yeah. Oh, you do every year?
I usually get the new TaylorMade if I like it. This year I didn't.
Oh, you don't have the Sim too?
I don't. No, I didn't like the feel of it.
Yeah. 508.
Dave's a gearhead. Multiple ways.
I am a Patreon subscriber now.
Patreon.com/BuyMike.
You've guilted him into it. I appreciate it.
508. Nope. All right. Next up. 207.
Hey, Kirk, how are you, buddy?
What's up?
Hey, I'm getting some old Stern Show vibes with Justin on the live mic now, and Mike in there, and Cullinane chatting away like a yenta. I'm thinking Justin can earn his full-time job by writing you some jokes like Benji.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I know Mike has brought this up too. He didn't know it. Like, it is funny. Like, Stern had people just writing jokes for him the whole time. We should get Jackie Marling on, Dave. I'd like that. Wouldn't you like that, Mike?
That'd be great.
Yeah, let's do that, huh, Dave?
All right, I'm on it.
It is so weird because it's a show where, like, it changed to the point where you realize, oh, Howard Stern's not going to say the same things that he used to. Like, certain places where he would make a joke, that changed because the guy writing them is gone. It's so weird.
It's strange, bizarre. And then Artie came in and didn't write jokes, so they were kind of like. But then he had such a loud role in the show that almost took over for it, you know.
Right.
But yeah, it'd be weird. Like, first of all, they would obviously be terrible jokes. But it'd be weird if Justin was like texting me jokes during the show and like.
Do you want me to do that for Wednesday's show?
Slapping him up on the glass there.
Actually, you know what, Justin? I actually do. Text me jokes during the show. Okay. We're gonna do it. Mostly about Mike, because Mike's kind of like the, you know. So we'll do, or about Dave, and then just text, and I'll just say them about, like, by the time I get the text, about 15 seconds after it was relevant to the thing. I think it'll be good.
That does seem like fun.
That should work. All right, still loaded up?
Still loaded up. 617.
Hi, Kirk. Do you have any update on season 1? Did Kevin Miller ever go to court?
It got postponed. He's supposed to be there in a week or two. I've heard that he has. Some people have told me he's already agreed to a prison sentence. I don't know that yet. I'm still trying to figure that out as well. But I will keep you updated. When we know anything, we'll probably jump in and do a show when that's finalized.
Did he? Do you think he made a deal?
I think so. That's what a couple people have told me. Somebody told me he didn't, so I'm still trying to figure that out.
Do you need me to edit that podcast?
Nope.
All right.
Did he ever pop back up on social media, Kevin Miller?
Yeah, I just saw he broke up with his girlfriend. He's single again.
Oh, good. I'll start following that again.
Yeah. Look out, ladies. Jesus.
413.
Kirk, did you read that story about the first ever Kirk Minahan athlete?
First ever what? I'm sorry.
The Kirk Minahan athlete, the guy who called in, the young kid who called in.
When was this? I don't even know what are you talking about?
Yeah, I didn't see the article.
Who is this? What kid?
Last week, a 17-year-old called and asked if he could be the Kirk Minahan athlete, and you said yes.
I do not remember that, but okay, go ahead.
The F-bombs all the time?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
They looked into his past tweets. Apparently, he was kicked off.
Problematic.
A lot of threatening tweets to Carano. So, therefore, the first ever Kirk Minahan athlete is Loophole. Yeah, baby.
This is Loophole right here?
Good guy. Yes, this is Loophole.
Oh, hello, Lou.
Let me ask, what is new Loophole in the in your career? Any matches lately? Anything going on?
You know what? There's a couple local. I'm still trying to get booked. I think I need star power, so I might need Blind Mike to show up with his seeing eye stick and maybe a rule book in Braille.
I would make a wacky wrestling character.
Well, in the 80s, it was always a
manager.
Yeah, in the 80s, and I grew up, there was always a buxom valet bring a guy down to the ring. I think that could
It
work.
doesn't fly anymore. I'd be showing too much skin.
That's true. Yeah, it doesn't work in today's. That's true.
Hey.
Goodbye. Sorry.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Actually, a fan of the show who you hate actually had a good idea where they said that we ask who would want to ask a Minifan who would want to fight at Rough and Rowdy, and then like Mike and I choose one and you choose one of who gets to fight. And you think that's a decent idea?
What do you mean?
So like obviously we can't just like pick Steve from Providence to fight at Rough and Rowdy. So we need a group of Minifans to come together and say they're willing to fight, and then we take that list and we each pick somebody who's gonna go up against each other. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I assume Barstool will allow that. They'll definitely be on board.
Why? What's wrong with that?
I just don't think they would do it.
Why would they? Why are you focused on shit like that?
What do you mean? It was just a random idea that came this morning. You don't think that's moderately funny?
From who?
Minifans represented at Rough and Rowdy?
What part's funny?
Well, I don't know if it's funny, but they're represented.
You just asked me why do I think that's funny?
It was the wrong question. It was the wrong question. Yeah.
Okay, but you do this where like you get worked up and then you say, "Well, okay, I asked the wrong question." Well, how
you wouldn't want a Minifan?
No.
At Rough and Rowdy, I guess that's the point.
No, I don't care about Rough and Rowdy. I mean, I'm happy that the company's doing it. I always support it, but I don't care if there's a Minifan representation there.
There was a ring girl once. I'm in a fan ring girl.
That's right. Yes.
Who came up with this idea?
Mayo came up with that idea.
Jesus Christ, Dave. fucking kill yourself, would you please?
What? He just DM'd it to me. It's not a big deal.
Just do me a favor. Blow your fucking brains out.
That's not nice.
Jesus. I mean, God, just.
Jones not a Minifan?
What's that?
Is Adam Pac-Man Jones not a Minifan? I thought he was a.
Doesn't matter anyway.
I don't even understand. What are you talking about?
You're supposed to text that to him, Justin. What are you doing?
Save that shit for Wednesday, please. Oh, that's right. He's doing Rough and Rowdy, right?
Yeah. Against my boy Bob Lang.
Against who? Oh, from Braintree, right?
Yeah.
Yes. There you go. There you go. Dave, I hope you live a long life. I'm sorry. I apologize. No, I apologize. Live a long life.
3-3
away from me. Hello.
Yeah, Kirk, following that segment, this is going to give you more ammo for the Kill Yourself Dave. I'm going to give you a date. It's September 6th. That's based on analytical data that I've compiled because I'm a psychopath like Tim and Ken. On September 6th, Dave is scheduled to have said more words on the Kirk Minahan show than Steve did in the entirety of his time. Dave right now is
I would like to see that.
There's no.
Yep. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now. I did the same work.
I'll let you fucking give it to you, fucking asshole. Shut the fuck up. Dave averages 25,800 words a show on a 2-hour show.
Right.
Kirk averages 23,160 words.
Right.
And Steve on a 2-hour average show averaged 15,480. So he's fucking almost doubling Steve talking, and he's fucking more than you, almost 2,000 more words than you a show.
I know it. Believe me, I've done the. All right, you got to shut up too, buddy. Jesus, relax.
But they pack so many words into such a short period of time.
That's the problem. Is it takes him 50 words when the average person literally could say it in 4. It's just, and I saw something on Twitter this weekend about how Dave is telling people he's going to be out of here by the end of the month. I saw that also.
Really? Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a Facebook post randomly. Yeah,
I saw that.
Facebook. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. Just shit talk. But it didn't bother me. I'm not sensitive about that stuff. So
I know you're not.
I'm just a cool, laid back guy.
I didn't reply in 15 seconds when I saw it. No, it didn't happen.
Have you had any new perspective, Dave, on this sensitive issue from last week or no?
I wasn't sensitive. I'm interested in it. I'm not sensitive about it. I'm interested in it.
To be fair to Dave, anytime you say that to someone and they're like, "No, I'm not," it's like, "See,
it's over." Yeah, it's true. What am I doing here? What do we have left? Here, That's it. That's the last one. Oh, good. All right. All right. Go to selectquote.com. Okay. Within minutes, you get your free quote. Before last year, some things were low on our to-do list. But now, of course, like everything else, you got to get things in line with it. It's life insurance, can give you peace of mind, knowing your family will be taken care of, mortgages will be paid off, kids go to college, etc. Now you don't have to want just anyone for this. You need a pro. So what you do is you go to Select Quote. I recommend Select Quote. They've been around for over 35 years, and over 2 million families have trusted them. They comparison shop highly rated insurance companies like Prudential, Banner Life, Mutual of Omaha, and others to impartially find you the company with the best rates. Their technology quickly matches your individual needs with the best insurance company to find your best policy. You'll be surprised how affordable policy can be. Plus, quotes are totally free. Go to selectquote.com. Within minutes, get your free quote. Do it right now. Selectquote.com. They shop, you save. Our great friends at selectquote.com. All right, go ahead.
508.
Kirk.
What's up?
What do you think are the three? Yeah, what do you think are the three greatest, the three best American rock bands? And not to count Bruce Springsteen and the E Street, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Oh, okay. So you're saying the three best American rock bands.
Rock.
Do you count CCR?
I would count CCR, yes.
Okay, for sure they're in. The three best American Van Halen. Would you count them?
Okay.
No, you wouldn't count them?
Van Halen, yes.
Okay, Van Halen,
No,
2. CCR, Van Halen, and who would I put third on that list? I'm trying to think who deserves the third spot.
Throw out a couple.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, but what's your metric? What are you measuring it by? Because CCR kind of a short run.
Well, yeah, but they were great though. I mean, their impact is phenomenal though. Van Halen obviously.
Okay.
I mean, I would just say to me, I'd be more peak value than career value. I'd look at you at your best. I mean, like Nirvana wouldn't count, right?
Let me throw out a few. I would count Nirvana, but I do think it's short. I think that they're you could count that band certainly if you wanted. So I was looking this up and I was thinking, what about the Beach Boys? You want to count certain impact?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think of them as a rock band though. Aerosmith for sure.
Aerosmith, a lot of longevity. Not I think they only had like one or two number one hits, but they certainly have a lot of hits. There's a lot of staying power. What about the Eagles?
Oh, the Eagles for sure. The Eagles would be in there for sure. Yep.
Yep. And I think the only other one I can really think of might be Pearl Jam.
Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of theirs, but yeah, obviously they have a spot.
So mine either be. But I do want to ask one other sort of music question. Now, you mentioned it today about hit songs, and you ask them for being like popular and hearing them a lot. And I feel like it's your opinion on things, because you penalize those songs and musicians because they're so popular in the radio hits.
Well, penalize them. I'm just saying, I love the Eagles, but I don't ever want to hear Hotel California ever again in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe your final list would be CCR, Van Halen. Yeah. CCR,
yeah, it's a product of their greatness, unfortunately, in a weird way.
All right, buddy.
All right. All right. Still loaded up, Dave?
It's still loaded up.
All right. Obviously, I'm exiting my room now and heading to the car. I'm just about done here.
Had about enough of this.
Okay, go ahead. I will take the stairs, though. Do you think I could stay? Do you think I would be able to? I'm on the 5th floor. Would it work on the elevator, Dave? Would the sound be even worse on the elevator?
Why don't we give it a shot?
Okay.
Let's get crazy. 239.
I don't deserve this to die like this. I was building a house.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
I'll see you in hell, William Money. Hey, Kirk. It's Phil down in Florida. How are you feeling about the mini tanks in Newark?
1 second.
Are you excited about it, or are you sort of indifferent?
I just don't feel like those things can ever work. I have limited confidence that's gonna be a good movie. I'm on the 4th floor now, heading down.
I thought it was very funny. I heard David Chase say something about how he's like, as far as timeline goes, I think it might throw people off that the phones are different. And I was like, not the racism in that time or anything.
The phone.
The phones.
I just feel like I don't know. It feels like stunt. It feels like stunt. It feels like stunt casting. I don't know. I'm concerned.
Is Carmine having the stroke with the egg salad in his mouth one of the nastiest scenes ever filmed?
That's pretty gross. Carmine was not. I have to say. You know. See you, Jeremiah. You know, Carmine was the guy that Viggo Mortensen played in Green Book. Was that guy? The actor.
Oh, really? Well, I suspect internet connection is starting.
Yeah,
to be
I think we're winding down here. Actually, starting to sound better though.
You can't hear me anymore?
No, we got you now, but you're going in now because I think you're losing the Wi-Fi.
I get 4 bars here, baby. I'm fucking rocking.
I'll just keep going. I'm gonna get in the car, so I mean, we'll just go as long as we want. I don't know. No issue here. I got a long drive.
Truck.
We need to see the truck. Can you show the truck?
Might as well buckle in, guys. I got a long drive, so we're not going. I'm not going anywhere. I'm enjoying this.
Take us with you on the case.
Sure. Yeah, why not? Oh, it's a beautiful, little steamy day here by the Cedar River, but it's a beautiful day. Let me see. How do I have to flip this thing around or what? I don't fucking know. I know how to do that. Let me see. Can you see?
We can see you fine.
Can you see her there or no?
Well, look at that. Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. You see the dirt? It's got the dirt from fucking off-roading.
Man's vehicle.
It's got the back of the.
A Silverado? What is it? I can't.
It's an ass kicker. It's look at this. Look at this. Can you see this? Off-road. It's an off-road vehicle. Like, I feel weird. I feel like when I'm driving on the highway, I feel so.
Oh,
there we go. That was a good shot too. Oh, here we go. He's in the car.
What was that?
Oh, you're back.
Take one more and we'll get out of here. I gotta go.
All right. 540.
Hey, Kirk, it's Garrett Austin.
Hello, Garrett.
Oh, hello, Garrett Austin. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, I just want to call in and update you guys on kind of my situation where I'm at. First off, Cullinane is just not. I don't know. He's not working. There's something about I can't quite put my finger on it, but he's not working out for me. I miss Big Steve. I try to get into a digital platform, but it's really hard to penetrate that type of thing without a big, like a podcast.
We got you. We understand.
Okay, well, fuck it. I tried.
That's okay. It wasn't bad.
I enjoyed it.
Is it me, Dave, or do I sound better in this truck?
Oh, you definitely sound better in the truck. Yep.
I'll do the show in the truck on Wednesday. I don't care.
All right.
Sounds good.
It has been a little choppier at times.
Anything else, boys, you want to get to or no?
Nope. I think that's it.
Hello?
Patreon.com/Blind Mike, if you wouldn't mind.
He would have asked about it. I know he would have.
Dave, I gotta stay on this fucking thing at the end of the show. Is that what
yes, for a couple minutes when I stop. Yeah, it's got to upload.
All right, we'll talk to you Wednesday. Goodbye.